Good morning and welcome to week 6. This week I'm in Moreton-in-Marsh in the beautiful Cotswolds in the west of England. Today is very interesting because this is the first week that I'm doing a hike while fasting. That's right, so I'm going to be doing this hike with no food, zero water until the sun sets. It's currently 20 past 9. And our train out of here is in like 8 hours. It's like 6, I think. So got plenty of time to take it easy and just check out the town. Hey, we're in Moreton-in-Marsh. I don't think I've been here before, but it is appearing semi-familiar. Like I think I've been here before. I just don't remember. It's quite a nice town. Let's see if I can cross. But yeah. So it's the Cotswolds. It's well known for its beautiful sort of feel for it. All the architecture is done in a certain way. It's like quintessentially English town, you know. Classic high street here. So yeah, yesterday it rained a lot. So I'm a bit worried about that, but it should guide my trip today, because the last thing I want, I'll be completely honest with you, is just having to go through a bunch of water. Just like, I don't know, shin deep in water, because as I was coming down in the train, there was just whole areas flooded, areas with low. Yeah, I've definitely been here before. I think I did a cycling trip. This was before pre-YouTube era, so I'll probably have some pictures. But it was never meant to be on social media. But yeah, I think I've been here before. Ramadan Mubarak, obviously. So yeah, it's part of the challenge today and for the remainder of our 10 weeks. So this is week 6. Welcome to week 6. Doing this fasted. And like I mentioned in the previous episode, week 10, I'm afraid, won't be happening as planned. Because due to an error on my part, really, I made a mistake. With booking. It turns out I have an international flight on that day. Well, the couple of days before. Point is, I won't be able to do week 10. But pressing on. We're getting on a public footpath. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. See? Glad I checked the map. But yeah, today's we're taking it easy. It's not too crazy, but still, it's quite a long hike. I've got 7 hours and 50 minutes, which I believe makes it the longest hike so far. Now, why did I pick such a day where I'm going to be with no water and no food, and I did a long hike? That I don't know. I won't be able to answer that one, to be honest. But still, I think it's an interesting challenge, and I hope it makes for an interesting watch. Anyhow, the weather yesterday was very wet, and as mentioned, there's tons of areas around here that have just flooded. So I need to make sure I'm paying close attention to the routes that my phone is telling me to take. because obviously I don't want to get in a position where I'm just knee deep in the water. I forgot what I was going to look at. So yeah, I've got some hiking to do. Elevation won't be too crazy, but we need to stay on high ground. That much is obvious. Alright, let's do some crossing there. I brought some water with me, some food. Obviously the sun will be setting sometime around 5:20 maybe, 5:30, something like that. So I've got food to break my fast, and obviously this food is also, well, water specifically. It's sort of a break in case of emergency type deal. So if I start seeing stars or I get really poorly, I'll start drinking. Yeah, I mean, there's no point in really risking my health here. Hopefully we won't have to come to that. But this challenge is fasting the whole day. Let's check that. Alright, it's time to get off road. First unpaved part of the journey. I hope. Alright, this doesn't look too bad. Yeah, okay. It is muddy. Well, it's not too bad. Like, you sort of get used to going on mud. And it's not as bad as people make it out to be, or at least not as bad as I made it out to be in previous episodes. Maybe a bit of clickbait, but still, it's nice to be out here. There's lots of birds along these hedges. I hope you can hear them. It's a nice day. Not as sunny as I hoped it to be, but at least there's no plans for rain. Fingers crossed. Alright, it's starting to see mud here. But quite early on in our hike, we'll be gaining a bunch of elevation. So that will save me from just being muddy. And I have a feeling that I'll need to adjust the footpath, the route that I've picked out. Because towards the end, it sort of gets closer to the station. So if you're new to this series, this is a series that came about through the use of AI. Everyone loves AI, right? And I've asked AI to give me 10 hikes along, in England, close to London, where I live. And I asked AI to give me I get off at one station and I walk to the next. That's the idea. So I've gotten off at Moreton-in-Marsh, which I'm now in. And I'll be going back through Kingham, which I passed through as I've made my way to Moreton-in-Marsh. A lot of birds out today. It's very nice. But it is muddy. Man, this is unavoidable. Every week, my shoes come back 2 kilograms heavier, or just caked on with mud. But what makes sort of these hiking trips in Feb and March, we're heading into March now, so not a lot of people get the same idea. People are rightfully scared of all this mud, so they just sort of avoid it, which makes it quite nice for me because I've got the space to myself. All right, let's see if we can get the shortcut because it's muddy down there. Yeah, no, that's not happening. We'll avoid mud, but not at all costs. Yeah, take a look at this. Take a look at this. It's just mud, mud, mud. Maybe you should rename this series to the Mud Series. It's just a bunch of mud. The reason I've stopped is I want to make sure that in case I need to bail out of this pathway, I can do that. Near a bird in it. But yeah, I know, I'll just have to suck it up and get it done. It's easier said than done. Look at this. Look at this mess. I don't do a repeat of last week where I slipped and then I fell. Trying to stay as dry as possible with no impacts, preferably. It may be unavoidable. I hope not, anyways. Alright, sit back and enjoy this slog. This just makes me miss summertime. No water, just drought. People hate the drought. I'm praying for it right now. Hopefully this is temporary. I'll just get going. Yeah, but my nice clean shoes are no longer nice and clean. They're nice and muddy. Alright, I think we're out of the worst of it. I hope to be rewarded with some nice views. We're going through some historic churches, some historic towns. And we will see a church on the way. With quite interesting features. Alright, I'm losing grip here. Okay, this is the kind of mud that I was talking back there that I don't want to have. So it looks like I'm going to get it regardless. I do need to pace myself because I cannot have any water. So slow and steady wins the race. But, oh man. Another aspect that will make today sort of more difficult than previous days is that my train ticket is non-adjustable. It's not flexible, so I can't take any other train apart from the one that I picked out. Now you can say like, okay, what's the issue? But I don't know, it's that sometimes there's not enough time to do the route. So I need to keep an eye out. So I need to keep an eye out on the time. Make sure that I don't miss out on the train because that mistake will cost me a bunch of money. So yeah, let's keep going. Also, the sort of the opposite effect of that is that even if I do end up making the hike faster than I anticipated, I just need to wait around. I cannot take an earlier train, which I've done in the past. This may be sort of a mistake in planning. Leaving it all up to ChatGPT was probably not the best idea. I should have double checked it, but hey, that's part of the fun. Alright, we're out of the worst of it. I've said that before. Look at these. Look at these boots, man. What's that? Look at this, man. These boots were pristine this morning. I have a feeling that we'll get some really nice views along the way. This part of England is known for its nature, as well for its sort of man-made stuff, buildings. But yeah, as we gain elevation, I expect these views to get a lot better. Let's double check the map. Make sure we're on the right path. Yes, we are. Alright, I can see that we're going in that direction. Yeah, we're going in that direction, and you can see that there's a bit of elevation, so no more mud, hopefully. I've got 8 hours and 10 minutes for my train, and according to Komoot, the app that I use for hiking, I should be done with this hike in 6 hours and 20 minutes. So I've got 2 hours that are unaccounted for, which is not the end of the world. I'd rather have it this way rather than the other way, if you know what I'm saying. But maybe I should take advantage of that to pace myself way down. Sort of take the views in. Another thing, that it's a lot warmer than it was in previous weeks. Hopefully this is a sticky trend. I hope it stays that way. Because I'm so over the cold days. I'm so over the short days. I'm so bored of it. It sucks the energy right out of me. I don't know if it's the same for you, but it's just perfect weather to start whinging and lounging and doing nothing. So I'm looking forward to the summertime. I'm looking forward to longer days. How am I doing this fasted? Like, when was the last time I ate? So I was looking at the time yesterday. I was like, I don't know if I can just, eat at like 10 or 12 and do this whole hike. I don't think it's possible. So thankfully sunrise is at 5:30. So still kind of reasonable, you know. So I woke up at 5 this morning and I fueled up. Managed to get a Red Bull in me, and I'm still feeling it, so it's not bad. But it's been 5 hours since I've had it. And I've also managed to, have a light meal. I'll load up on water. Let's see if it's going to last me 8 hours. Well, whenever sunset is. Sunset is at, I think, 5:30, so it's like 12 hours. I don't want to keep going on and on about it. But I need to get used to it. Because the same will happen next Saturday, and the Saturday after that, and the Saturday after that. Something unavoidable. Week 6. I couldn't imagine myself doing this for 10 weeks, 9. With the missed week at the end. But I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this series. I've enjoyed filming it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you think. I know some of you are watching this, so just drop a comment. Let me know what you'd be interested in. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What are some places that you'd like to see? I did mention in a previous episode, I don't know if it's 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now, that I'll be visiting a country very soon. And that country, drum roll, I'm going to Syria, I'm going to Damascus. And I'm hoping to do a bunch of these hikes out in Syria, which is something that I've never done before. It's a bit of risk. Like obviously, the country's a lot more stable than it used to be, especially in the areas that I intend to go to. But there's an added challenge with the hiking in Syria. There's so many mines that have been left, as a result of the war that the country has experienced for, 12 years. So I need to be mindful of the mines. Because one wrong step here, it's just me getting muddy, maybe cold. One wrong step in Damascus in Syria, and I'm losing my foot. So hopefully I'll be reaching out to some local hikers who are well acquainted with the areas. I'll take a look. But yeah, hopefully that, makes up for the missing 10th week. Obviously the internet out there is really bad. So, I'll be filming, I'll be editing, but I doubt that I'll be able to get any episodes out while I'm there. We'll see. Internet is getting better over there, but still bad compared to, Western standards. Oh man, this is just miserable. Yeah, I'll just cut across here. It's funny, I gave a rang train line yesterday because I was just sort of thinking about this trip and how sort of inflexible it is. And I thought maybe I can do something that I've done in the past where instead of leaving super early in the morning, I'd probably leave at midday. So I don't have to spend all this time outside. So I gave him a ring. I was like, all right, this is my idea. And he came back to me and said, yeah, it'll be £35. So £35? That's so much. Trains in this country are so expensive. So expensive. It's a problem that needs to be fixed. It's interesting sort of tracking my progress and my abilities to complete these hikes as the weeks go on. Like thinking back to week 1, week 2, week 3, I'd come back from these hikes and I would be just knackered. Like I'm not a stranger to going out on these long hikes, but I don't do them regularly. Not as much as I should be. And not as much as I want to do. Like I really do enjoy these hikes. But the first couple of weeks, I'd just come back and I'd be destroyed. Like when we're able to, next day, I'm useless. Can barely walk straight. But now, I can tell the difference. They're usually like, oh, I'm out of action, cannot be spoken to. But now it's just, I got used to it. I got used to these hikes. So yeah, I got used to these hikes, and I've sort of developed my ability to speak on camera. And that was the real goal of this challenge is not only am I doing something sort of good for me inherently, going out in nature is inherently good, and I recommend everybody do it. But I've also wanted to develop my skill of speaking to the camera. And obviously what goes with that, obviously the editing, the thumbnails, the titles. I used to do YouTube a while ago, like a long time ago. And now coming back to it, things have definitely changed. Like me being able to film this on that tiny camera that I'm speaking to and having really good audio quality is something that I'm just not used to. So it's definitely good to get back into the groove of things. And I hope this becomes something regular. I can develop an audience. Speak to. Oh, this is nice. But come summertime, this place would be cool. Like literally. There you go. I'm feeling good about today's challenge. I've been out for an hour now. Maybe less. Don't want to jinx it, but and I'm not feeling too bad. I'll probably stop for a bit just to sort of catch my breath. I haven't lost it, but still. Cool down, stop the sweating, retain the moisture. That's the idea. I don't know if it translates to camera. Probably not. Maybe it just looks like a boring field on there, but being present, being out here, makes a difference. For sure. All right, there's a little stop there. I'll probably take a seat. Oh man, this one's useful. Another element that makes this more challenging than usual is the no vape. So there's footpaths in every direction. Which way am I going? Right, I'm just pressing on in that direction. All right, good to know. I saw two people on the hike, on the route with me, so they'll probably catch up with me now. But I do enjoy when it's just me out here. There we are. Gets cool down. So muddy. This is just falling apart. I was hoping to pray out here, but obviously the ground is way too wet, so I need to keep that in mind when the time comes. I can hear a woodpecker and these woods behind me. Yeah. Or maybe I need to bring out my shotgun mic. I can hear it just there. All right, let me try this out. I've got a little pressurized canister. It's meant to be a bidet, like a portable bidet. But maybe I can. So I got this advertised to me on Instagram, funny enough. Pull this out and spray. Pull this out and spray. It's not bad. It's pretty wasteful though. It's quite useful. It will come in handy. All this cleaning for no reason. I'm back in the mud. Back in the muck. Yes, so it will come in. I'll drop something. It will come in handy, but once I'm clear of all this mud, for sure. Probably before I get on the train. Ugh. Can you hear the woodpecker? That's so cool. I was in Richmond Park and I heard this, like a similar sound. At first I thought it was a woodpecker as well. Yeah, so I was in Richmond Park and I heard the same, like a similar sound. I thought, oh, woodpecker. But then I realized it was. Here we are, yes. But yeah, it turns out it was just a windy day. And the sort of the tree trunk was making a cracking, like a creaking sound. Yeah, a creaking sound. So I picked myself up and I moved away from that because it was a windy day and I was not looking forward to be a BBC headline. Young man squished like a cartoon, cartoonishly squished by a tree in Richmond Park. Not going to be me, man. Sun's starting to shine through the clouds. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Nice day to get out. It's funny, when I first booked these, I thought that Ramadan was going to be not for like another 2 weeks. That was a mistake. It's not terrible, but I am starting to get a bit thirsty. Decided to take off my jacket, put on my hat. Because it is warmer than I expected, which is nice. So I've been sweating a little bit underneath that jacket. It's nice wind, it's windproof. It's windproof in both directions, so there was no evaporation happening on my body. And therefore my body heat was increasing. Yes, science. Now we're heading into a quaint little town. This whole region is sort of characterized by these quaint little towns where if you dare to change anything in the character of the village, a billion boomers will descend upon you and pick at your corpse. It's a serious business. They take the character of the area very, very seriously around here. I can see some sheep wool. I was about to say sheep fur. Ridiculous. Anyways, sheep wool, but I don't see any sheep. So they've been moved to a different field because this is very cleanly shorn. Thank you, sheep. But yeah, I can see the village that I'm heading to up in the horizon. Not too far off. Hopefully we'll get to see some cool things. Some historic places around it. I mean, famously, Jeremy Clarkson lives in these areas. Think a bit further north though. Can't see them though. I can hear them, but I cannot see them. They sound beautiful. Great views all around. Oh, we're heading into the town of Loughborough. I think that's how you pronounce it. Loughborough? Who knows? Yeah, but it seems to be quite nice. All sort of uniform style of building. Here, little town, little village. It's funny, you'd think it'd be sort of obvious, like the difference between a town and a village. It's not. You could look it up. It's sort of arbitrary. Really is nice, beautiful. See if there's another place to sit by, because I do need to charge my camera on my gadgets. Oh yeah, boom. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, charge up my stuff and we'll carry on later. Been hiking for 3 miles and I've got, I think 12.6 left to go. Translating that in time, I've been in motion for an hour and I've got 5 hours, 5 hours and a half to go, and I've got 7 hours for the train departure. So, everything's on schedule. If anything, this is really nice down here. Beautiful stone. But yeah, if anything, I'm ahead of schedule. And I have a feeling that towards the end of the route, it's going to be very flooded. So there's a good chance doing a diversion, which would make the route even shorter. Now maybe we can sneak in on the train, who knows? Who knows? But I did get my ticket checked on the way in. So I'll get my ticket checked on the way out as well. It's like £100, £120 fine. I'm not interested in that. It's very cool. Heading to our next town. Stow-on-the-Weald, I think. It's funny that Red Bull was still kicking in. Well, it's probably kicked. It has kicked in. I just can still feel it, which is nice. It's not a bad shout to wake up super early, get a Red Bull in. And these houses are absolutely beautiful. She just left the car running with the door open. That would not fly in London. I've never had really bad weather. Sort of had the after effect of bad weather, which is muddy pathways. I've had a bit of rain 2 weeks past. But yeah, don't want to jinx or anything, but weather has been good so far, and I think it was good to not do it like December, November time. because that's when the day is the shortest, isn't it? However, like, if you live in England, you know it's been raining non-stop. Obviously, in different parts of the country, it's just flooded. And there's some sort of like warnings, weather warnings. And like, hey, yesterday it was also soaking wet. So whenever I check the weather app, I'm always praying like, oh God, please make Saturday nice and dry. And so far, it has been nice and dry. You know, I don't count the odd sprinkling of water. I don't think that counts. And like yesterday, it was raining very, very heavily. And today's dry. Heart of England way. Hey, we're heading to the heart of England. Very nice. These public footpaths are very special. The idea that no matter who owns property, like, you must keep a path open. Path that is, in many instances, ancient. So you retain access to this beautiful nature, no matter what. There are instances where landowners try to restrict, like, who gets on, sometimes outside the bounds of the law, and it is annoying. So it's good that we stay vigilant, so we can keep having access to these beautiful views. Otherwise, the whole of England is privately owned. We've been trespassed off land so many times. What's this? Oh, Stowe 1646. So we're just going into a battlefield. Very cool. I hope there's a plaque or something that could explain what happened. It's just up ahead. That's cool. Let's keep going. It's a battlefield from the 1600s. The battle happened here. Wow. Hundreds of years ago. Impressive. Caldwell hangs with any problems. Okay. Oh. Whoa, that could have been bad. I really should pay attention. Could have twisted my ankle. That would not have been good. Although I think there's a hospital nearby. But yeah, I don't want to end up in hospital. So which one is it? That field? Because I can see it on the map. Oh no. Still got a ways to go. Got this whole place to myself. There's no one out here. Big trees over here. Take a look. Whoa. Takes you twice the amount of the energy to take a step forward as it would have on normal land, normal dry land. This is a really cool area though. So yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, the battlefield should be on my left. Yeah, it is. So a battle of Stowe, 1646, happened just there. I was hoping to get a bit more information because I'm not even bothered to look up the information. Maybe I can ask AI. Let's ask Gemini. I'm stood right outside the battlefield of Stowe 1646. What can you tell me about it? That'd be interesting.
That's a fascinating place. The Battle of Stowe in 1646 was the last major battle of the First English Civil War. It essentially sealed the defeat of King Charles I's forces. A key interesting detail is that the royalist commander, Sir Jacob Astley, was captured there, and his surrender was quite dramatic, reportedly telling the parliamentarians, "You have done your work, my masters." Are you interested in the specific tactics or key figures?
Are there any cool things I can see while I'm out here, or is this just a theoretical, like, fact-finding mission?
There's definitely things to see. The battlefield itself has monuments and memorials to mark key points. You might find the local church interesting as well, as it might have connections to the battle or period. Are you looking for specific...
All right, it's starting to get misty. See, I sort of jinxed it. So maybe that's why it's called Monarch's Way. You heard the man. Civil War, English Civil War. Just holding onto the trees, gain some traction. Started to mist a little bit, so I've got my hood on. Nothing too crazy though. Look at this. It's just a mess. I think the thirst is starting to set in. It's midday, just about. Yeah, 12:30. Half to 12. I've got 6 hours and 6 minutes left till I can eat and drink. So I think we need to pace ourselves down way too slow. It's not even, I'm not even making sense. And we'll see. Hopefully I don't have to make too many adjustments to the route, because there's still some cool stuff I'd like to see. But it's a fasting thing. It's getting hard now. Now it's kicking in. Now I started to feel it. Got some sheep on the way. And we will be checking out the monument of the Battle of Stowe. Found a monument for the Battle of Stowe. Cool. Doesn't be this view though. Visibility has dropped. It says my energy level, so I need to grab my breath. Just gonna see. Yeah, I'll charge my camera as well. This work. It's weird. There's a disgusting amount of cars in this village. Really ruins the atmosphere. But yeah, the amount of cars. Come on, just hide them. Put them somewhere else. That's the problem. It really causes like a contradiction in this country, where people are opposed to building in general, right? So they can protect the beauty of these places, right? But they're not willing to build an underground car park to protect the beauty of the space. So it's just weird. All right, this is what we're here to see. St. Edward's Church. Quick update on the. Let's take a look first. Yeah. Quick update on the food situation. You can probably tell my energy levels are way down. I'm starting to feel like stomach aches from the lack of food and water. I'm dying for just a swig of water. See, can we go down here? I don't know, maybe. It's like very cool ancient stuff. Like usual, inside these gloves, put hand warmers. Keep my hands nice and warm, especially because I haven't had anything to eat. So, hey. So I'm getting quite cold without having these hand warmers in. This is a cool little town though. It looks cool. The amount of cars is ridiculous. Like, if it was me, if I was on the council, I just add a congestion charge. Get all these cars out of here. It's a ridiculous amount of cars. It just ruins what the place looks like. Look at me. I was just walking next to cars. I need to show you the beautiful buildings, but the cars are in the way. These fuck off cars. Yeah, okay, at least they're trying something. Town centre, light traffic only. Let's check out the town centre. Light traffic only. Be nice. They should just expand it to the whole city, the whole town. Doesn't stop the car from coming in. Cool shops in. Hey. Alright, is this the only LTM? Recommendation to the town. Get rid of the cars. And this is not even like peak season. I can just imagine what it would be like during summertime. Imagine peak tourist season, the amount of people that be here, including their fucking cars. It's just a ridiculous amount of cars. Anyways, I've got enough. Gone on long enough about the cars. But still, I do recommend getting rid of the cars. Making all of this pedestrianised would be really nice. Like, cool building like that one. Like that one over here. It's actually boat coming forward. Let's go. Bookshops, cook shops, toy shops. Get everything you want. Let's go. All right, need to double check. I'm going in the right direction. I do need to find a place or a spot at least to pray. Haven't found any dry spots. It's just wet. It's a beautiful town. It's absolutely stunning, historic, and you can see the fog coming in from the distance. It's just ruined by all these cars. Streets are way too wide. Look, I'm just about to get run over by this guy. I'm walking. Twat. He called me a twat. Okay. But yeah, Stow Town, Stow-on-the-Wold. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. It could be a 9 out of 10, but the amount of cars surprised me. So many cars. Do you know what would fix this place? A tram. Put a tram. Alright. Now I'm walking through a parking lot. Put a tram. Put all these cars on the ground. And let people park and ride. And if you insist on coming in, just pay, I don't know, £15? Pretty easy. Beautiful. It's a pretty tight road, and the speed limit, believe it or not, for those who are not from this country, speed limit for that road is 60 miles per hour. And a lot of people do very close to that speed. I'll be walking into oncoming traffic that way. Alright. Hope it doesn't end badly for me. Let's see. At least I've got the camera rolling. I'm on the edge of the road. Judge, okay, in case Judge is seeing this. I'm on the edge of the road and I'm walking into oncoming traffic, which is the way it's meant to be, according to the DVSA. I think so. Yes, the DVSA, because it's the standards agency, not the licensing agency. I'm really thirsty. I'm really hungry. And I've started to get tired. Like, proper tired. We'll see how I last. I still got a bunch of time for my train. I don't know if I can sneak in on a train that's earlier than it. We'll see. I don't know, it seems like in this area people have very little respect to pedestrians walking down the road. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hangry, so I'm interpreting their actions in that lens. Who knows? Can I walk up here? Yeah, I guess I can. Because I've got a car coming right at me. Right at me. Big fuck off Range Rover, man. I finally managed to get off the road. Now on a path. Hopefully not as many cars as the road. I think I'm sort of reached a plateau of shittiness. Still, I don't know, I feel more talkative than I usually am in previous episodes, which is probably not a good thing for, my fast, but maybe it has something to do with it. Who knows? I still have yet to find a place so I could pray. Like, people are good about it, but I don't want to. It only takes one person, right, to make it miserable. Oh, little rabbit. So I'm trying to be as I don't know, thoughtful as I can, even though it only takes 3 minutes. Oh, so there's no trouble to anybody. What is that sound? What was that? Did you hear that? I've reached the hallucination stage. I just heard someone's voice on the radio. That was really weird. I don't know if I imagined it. I'll need to review the footage, but I heard distinctly like a sound of a person, English person, on the radio. I couldn't make out any words that was said. I thought it was my phone, but there's nothing playing on my phone. I don't know. That was weird. I had a bit of a rest, just trying to, gain a bit of energy. It was nice, and then brought this out. So temperature's starting to drop by a bit, and I've strategically placed my hand warmers inside here, so the heat. But the problem is not just that I'm starting getting like slightly cold. Any sweat that I've sort of dumped out as I was walking cools down as soon as cold air hits it. So I'm hoping these little hand warmers can dry me off, in addition to warming me up. So that would be useful. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna walk through with horses, and this fucking ground sucks. There's 2 horses down there, and he got spooked as soon as he heard me. Oh, 3 horses actually. 3 horses. So I'm going right across this field, but there's so much mud and horse manure. Horses are usually fine. They don't attack you, I don't think. And those guys should be used to having people come through, right? Right, horses? You're not going to mess with me, right? Yeah, I just need to walk right across the field. There's no real other direction other than that path here. But that's way off, so I'm just gonna... Hi, horses, gonna cross. Don't mess with me, please. They're watching me intently. So am I, to be fair. Gonna walk across. Don't mess with me, please. Alright, right. I'm out of here. Nice horse. There you go. Yeah, horses are just curious more than anything. They're not dangerous usually. The biggest risk is walking right behind one. Because if they get scared, they'll kick. And get a kick right at the head. It's no good. Nice for your head. Ah, it's starting to get wet at some parts. Hopefully that's not a sign of what's to come, but I think it is. Falling here is not an option. And we'll see. Is he still looking at me? Yeah, he is. Stop looking. It's scaring me. Oh man. I've got an incredibly muddy boot now. Yeah, and I think I'm fitting it in my socks. Ah. Yeah. I've started to get like a bit bored of this path now. Maybe I have less patience when I'm hungry. There's going to be an issue as we approach the station in Kingham, because that's where the sort of flooded areas were. Obviously, very close to the train track, it was very flooded. There's absolutely no chance that I can go through there. But a footpath is like further inland. So is a footpath also underwater? Let's see how long I have till food. I've got 3 hours and 1 minute. And my train is in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And I should get to the station in 1 hour and 47 minutes. A lot of time to keep track of. But essentially, I'm still way ahead of schedule. Which I'm not against. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe I can get a cheap ticket to get home early. Like I only spent £7 to come here, so even if I just like dump that in the, like if I paid another £7, which would be nice, and I don't think that's the case, but if I managed to pay £7 to get home, what would that be? Probably an hour and a half early. That would be good in my book. This needs to be trimmed because this is just straight up barbed wire. One wrong step and I'm having a Final Destination style accident there. This is just someone's backyard. Public footpath, there we go. But yeah, this is the road. Neighborhood watch, so be on your best behavior. What do you think of my new friend? Alright, stats update. I'm exhausted. I really am. I'm incredibly thirsty. My energy levels have dropped to the lowest of the day. Hope you enjoyed this episode, week 6. If you did, make sure that you click like, click subscribe. Also, click that bell icon so you can see next week's episode. You don't know what kind of cool stuff I'll find on my next adventure. Thanks for watching.